I made one mistake on my first night at the lighthouse, and something answered. To whoever comes next. As you read, you may be tempted to simply dismiss this as the ravings of a madman, but I assure you, that would almost be preferable to the truth. If followed, these rules will make your time here tolerable, pleasant even. If not, well, you'll find out soon enough. Rule 1. Always keep the light on, at all costs. This should be obvious, but you'd be surprised. Rule 2. Food will be provided for you. Deliveries come in wooden boxes every Monday and Thursday. If you get sent anything any other day, don't touch it. The metal containers are safe. Eat what's in those first. They notice if you don't. Rule 3. Don't let anyone enter the lighthouse unless their name is on the list by the door. Check the list daily. If a name disappears, act as though it was never there. Some visitors may make an offering or ask for help. Those ones are especially dangerous. Do not even acknowledge them. Rule 4. Never look at the horizon during the storm. You will find things looking back that you'll not be able to unsee. Rule 5. If you hear voices out in the rain, know you didn't. They will want to be your friend. They are not your friend. Rule 6. Make sure the weather is the same through all the windows. If it's sunny through the window in the main door, you have 73 seconds to make your way to the cellar. Lock it tight. Don't come out until the howling stops. If any windows show a dark sky with only one bright moon, do not look away until it does. We are not the only creatures that blink. Once it has seen you, it won't forget you. Rule 7. The foghorn will only sound in the dark. If you hear it while the weather is clear, hide immediately. It will sound 3 times in quick succession when it is safe to come out. If you hear 3 long ones in a row, you weren't fast enough. Rule 8. Don't climb the stairs after midnight unless absolutely necessary. If you must, make sure to count each step. There are exactly 241 stairs. If you reach the top and the number is different, close your eyes. Open the door, take 3 steps forwards, then wait. Don't move until the breathing behind you stops. Stay as long as you have to. Rule 9. If the light goes out, ignore all other rules. You'll have exactly 5 minutes and 43 seconds to get it back on before they arrive. You don't want to meet them. And that's it. I am truly sorry that you're here. It wasn't my intention to give up so soon, but they're not kind to ones who don't follow the rules. This lighthouse was my responsibility, as it was many others before me. Now it's yours. I hope you last longer than I have. Good luck. My grandmother forces all her house guests to follow a strange set of rules. My grandmother is superstitious. It was only when lived with her for the summer that I realized how bad it had gotten. She had this huge freaking list taped to the fridge with 10 different rules she has to abide by. And she was making me follow them too. When I opened my umbrella inside, she grabbed my arm and yanked me back. "Don't open the umbrella inside. Didn't you see the rules?" "Oh, sorry. I thought those rules were, just for you." "No. Everyone who lives here must obey the rules," she said in raspy whisper. It made me really sad. Once Grandma Jan was sharp as a needle, a grounded, logical person who occasionally bought into superstitions and the paranormal. A rabbit's foot here, a penny there. Now it seemed, in her late 80s, that part of her had grown and grown until it subsumed everything else. With a heavy heart, I walked over to the fridge and read the rules. 1. Do not spill salt. 2. Do not open umbrellas inside. 3. Do not put on clothes inside out. 4. Do not clip fingernails after dark. 5. Do not break any mirrors. Mostly common superstitions, though the fingernail one was weird. I continued reading with difficulty. Her handwriting grew messier, more frenzied. 6. Do not look in the mirror while wearing black. 7. Do not whistle inside the house. 8. If you wake up to see your bedroom door open, do not close it. Likewise, if you see the attic stairs pulled down, do not push them back up. 9. Never let the refrigerator go empty. Always have enough to make an offering. 10. Keep the curtains closed after 10 p.m. Do not open them again until 6 a.m. I wanted to tell her it was a whole lot of hogwash, but then I realized it was probably a bad idea to upset her at such an old age. "No problem, Grandma. I'll follow the rules." "Yeah, right." She put me in the spare bedroom down the hall from her. It was a small thing, furnished with only a twin bed and a tiny desk, but I couldn't complain. It was either this for free or an apartment for $1,000 a month. But of course the money wasn't the main reason I was here. My grandma probably wouldn't be around much longer. According to my mom, she kept getting these random bruises, and doctors were worried she had a blood disorder, and some other stuff I couldn't pronounce. I wanted to spend all the time I could with her. She was still my grandma. Still the one that comforted me when my first cat died. Still the one who taught me how to bake the most amazing snickerdoodles. I loved her even if I had to put up with some weird-ass rules. "I'm going to bed," she said as she passed by my room that night. "Sleep well, Chrissy. I love you." "Good night, Grandma. I love you too." I spent an hour on the internet, then put away my computer and fell asleep. I woke up a few hours later. Groaning in the darkness, I rolled over to see my bedroom door open. I didn't leave that open. I stared at it, half asleep, too tired to get up and close it. Ah well. According to the rules, I can't close it anyway. I snuggled up to my pillow and closed my eyes. That's when I heard the whistling. A soft, melancholy tune, coming from downstairs. Every muscle in my body froze. That was one of the rules, wasn't it? No whistling inside? So why would Grandma be whistling downstairs? As I glanced at the clock, freaking 2 a.m., I pulled myself out of bed and walked into the hallway. The attic stairs had been pulled down. The darkness from the attic bled down into the hallway, along with the faint smell of rust and rotten food. Behind it, Grandma's door hung open. I slowly descended the stairs. "Grandma?" The whistling stopped. When I entered the kitchen, it was empty. "Grandma, where are you?" "Over here." I looked up to see Grandma appear from the dark family room, wearing her floral nightdress. "Did I wake you, honey? I'm so sorry. I wanted to get some milk for my heartburn." No, it's fine. I just thought you weren't supposed to whistle," I said with a chuckle. "According to the rules." "You heard the whistling?" she asked, her eyes wide. I nodded. She grabbed my arm in a vice grip and led me back up the stairs. "Go back to sleep," she commanded. Before I could reply, she disappeared back down the hallway, leaving my door open. "I think Grandma's going crazy." "Oh, are you talking about her rules?" Mom said on the other end. "I know they're eccentric, but she gets really upset if you break them. And the doctor, he doesn't want us to upset her, you know." I sighed. Isn't it bad for her mental health? We all go a little crazy near the end. Uncle Finley, though the government was tapping all his phones in his 90s. Great-Grandma Beasley always talked about some bat following her around. Just best to let sleeping dogs lie at this point. But the rules are so weird, Mom. Like really freaking weird. And I woke up last night at 2 a.m. to find the attic stairs pulled down. I mean, what was she doing? "You know what?" Mom said, a bit of anger tinging her voice. "She lives by herself in that secluded little house, 365 days a year. The only socialization she gets is her weekly trip to the grocery store and monthly visits from your dad and me. Anyone would go a little nuts under those circumstances, even you. Lay off her, okay? Fine." So I followed the rules. I was a good girl and didn't open any umbrellas indoors, do any whistling, or break any mirrors. Sometimes I'd wake up to see my door open in the middle of the night, but I just ignored it and left it open. A few times, when I made my way to the bathroom, I whacked my head on the attic stairs that were pulled down. Once or twice I heard the whistling again, but I ignored that too. Mom was right, so Grandma was a little crazy. We're all a little crazy, aren't we? Maybe time just scratches away all the normalcy we hide under, and we're all batshit insane at the end. Things were good as I accepted that reality. Then Sunday happened. I was watching Netflix when I heard a clink, then a shout. I threw my laptop on the bed and ran down the stairs. "Grandma!" I yelled, fearing the worst. "Grandma, are you okay?" I found her standing over the kitchen table, sobbing her eyes out. On the table was a salt shaker, tipped over, next to a pile of spilled salt. "I didn't mean, I just was cleaning up the plates and I... She could barely make cohesive sentences through the sobs. "Shh, Grandma, it's okay. I'm going to clean it up now." I felt awful seeing Grandma like that. She was outright sobbing, her entire body shaking, as if she feared for her life. Over spilled salt. I brought my palm up to the table's edge and brushed the salt into it with my other hand. I was so sad for Grandma, but I was also incredibly unnerved. Seeing someone you love get so upset about something so trivial, it was disturbing. "It's all clean, see?" I said, brushing off my hands. The salt rained down into the trash. "Nothing to worry about, Grandma." Her sobs quieted and she looked at me with red eyes. "But he'll know," she said. "What?" "Even though you cleaned it up, he'll still know." "Who?" She looked at me. "The spirit of the house." "The spirit of the house?" Despite how skeptical I was of ghosts, spirits, and everything paranormal, I felt a shiver go down my spine. Wasn't it legend that ghosts and spirits didn't like salt? That if you surrounded yourself with salt, you'd be protected from them? Propagating a superstition about spilling salt could be a ghost's defense mechanism, if ghosts existed, which they absolutely, positively did not. That night, I barely slept a wink. I stared at my ceiling as the minutes ticked by. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. It was around 4:15 that I heard something stir. Soft footsteps from overhead, from the attic. Every muscle in my body froze as I listened to the steps migrate towards Grandma's end of the house. Then the metallic whine of the attic stairs being pulled down, followed by footsteps. I forced myself out of bed. It took a huge, heaping serving of courage to do so, but I did. When I finally got to the door and pulled it open, the hallway was empty. Maybe the ghost is here, right now, staring at me, and I just don't know it. No, shut up. Ghosts don't exist, you idiot. The back of my neck prickled with the distinct, awful feeling of being watched. But rather than run back into my own room, believe me, I really wanted to, I ran over to check on Grandma. Her door hung open as usual. "Grandma, are you okay?" Her bed was empty. "Grandma, where are you?" That's when I heard the soft sounds of sobbing below. I ran down the stairs, nearly slipping, and burst into the kitchen. Grandma stood in the kitchen. In front of her stood the spirit of the house. Not some dark, ethereal specter. Not some white, translucent ghost. A man of flesh and blood. His brown beard was unkempt and messy. His blue eyes wild. He wore tattered clothes, black boots, and a yellow-toothed grin. "You've broken the rules of the house," he whispered, stepping towards her. She flinched and took a step back. "Please don't hurt me," she sobbed. "I'm the man of the house. I make the rules." Grin growing wider, he raised his hand to smack her across the shoulder. "No," I shouted. I charged at him. We collided and fell to the ground. Terror and relief washed over my grandma's face. "Call the police!" I shouted. "Now!" He tried to wriggle underneath me. I grabbed the nearest thing, a chair from the kitchen table, and smacked him as hard as I could in the head. The man was a drifter by the name of Harold McCann. According to the police, he'd snuck into my poor grandma's house over a year ago. They found his living space in the attic, complete with a makeshift bed over the rafters, books and dishes that held my grandma's leftover food. The offerings. He'd slowly taken advantage of Grandma, persuading her over months to follow his rules. He told her he was an angry spirit of the house, and in her sensitive, mentally fragile state, she believed him. He made her swear to tell nobody of his existence, and whenever she broke the rules, he hit her. Hence the bruises. My poor grandma. For the time being, she's moved in with me. We have a tiny little apartment near my college, and I've been helping her recover. She's doing well. She freaked out a little when I dropped a cosmetic mirror the other day, but overall, she's getting much better. She even whistles inside the apartment now, and it's the sweetest sound I've ever heard. Sleepover rules! Hey there. I'm so glad you decided to stay the night with me. Not many people do, but now that you're here, you have no choice. These rules are to ensure your safety. If you fail to follow these rules, you will become one of them. Have fun. P.S. Keep in mind that they are fake. I live alone. Afternoon rules, 12:05 a.m., 12 p.m. 1. Before entering the house, knock 2 times, then stomp once. If someone else answers the door besides me, stand there and don't say anything. The person there will be persistent. Do not look away. After 45 seconds, they will close the door, and you must repeat the knock and stomp rule until I answer. Come in. 2. After entering, you cannot leave until 12 a.m. tomorrow. Do not look behind you and shut the door. 3. Sometimes you might see a man sitting on the couch in the living room laughing at the TV. It will not be on. You must say, "I love this show." 3.5. If he stops laughing and stares at you, close your eyes for 15 seconds. Do not open them. Once you hear his laughing again, you may continue on. 4. If the dog sits at the table, do not tell him to get down. Do not pet the dog, he tends to bite. 5. There's a painting in the main hall. It will move its placement every time you come out of the room. Its placement and behavior is crucial for your survival. 6. If you make it to my room, put your stuff on my dresser. If you leave it on the floor, you won't get it back. 7. Do not look under the bed. If you drop something under the bed, I hope it wasn't important. 8. If you have to use the bathroom, go to the one with the brown door. When you enter, the shower curtain must be open. If it's not, exit and wait 5 minutes. 8.5. If you enter the bathroom and it is open, close the door and lock it. If you hear a knock at the door, get in the shower and close the curtain. You can come out when you hear someone running away from the bathroom. 9. If you open the door and the painting is in front of you, you must not move until the painting blinks. Once it blinks, go straight back to my room and do not look back. 10. Bedtime is at 9 p.m. If you aren't in the room by 9, I cannot open the door. 11. If you hear screaming at night, put the covers over your head. Do not come out until the screaming stops. 12. If you wake up and I am not there, do not look for me. You are asleep. 13. If you exit my room while you are dreaming, you'll never wake back up. 14. Make sure you cover the mirror beside the bed before falling asleep. If it falls over, do not touch it. It will burn you. 15. If you are hungry or need to use the restroom, you may only come out at the hours of 11:12. 16. When you go downstairs, count the steps. If there are more than 24, go back to the room and go back to sleep. 17. If you make it downstairs, my mother will be chopping food in the kitchen. She will stare at you, but do not make eye contact with her. 17:05. She is very clumsy and she doesn't pay attention well. She will cut off parts of her fingers until she reaches the knuckle on the hand. Do not act as if anything is wrong. 18. If the light in the fridge doesn't come on when you open it, immediately close it. They like to rest in the cold. 19. The blood dripping from the ceiling is very hot. If it drips on you, try not to notice it and continue on. 20. If you try to come back up the stairs and they never seem to end, you are stuck. You must jump over the railing. 21. If you reach the top of the stairs and the attic door is open, run to the kitchen. The creature in there doesn't like Mom. 22. If you make it back to my room and I am standing up, immediately leave and knock 3 times. Come in and go straight to sleep. Do not look at me. 23. If you see car lights outside of the windows, do not look outside. He doesn't like to be seen. Morning rules, 5 a.m., 12 a.m. 24. If you wake up before me, take the blanket off of the mirror. Play rock, paper, scissors with your reflection. If you lose, go back to sleep. If you win, you may stay awake. Do not leave my room until I am awake. 25. When I wake up, we will go downstairs and eat breakfast. Wish, how do you feel about cannibalism? If you don't like it, don't eat the meat. 27. Any leftovers must be put in front of the dog at the table. Quickly place them in front of him and pull your hand away. 28. You must check the basement and make sure no one is down there. If I am, stay there. If no one is, immediately but calmly come back upstairs. If the light won't come on but you hear breathing, don't move until the breathing stops. If the door slams behind you, pray. 29. Do not look in the mirror in the hallway. There will always be more than one person staring back. 30. You must only go back upstairs to grab your items to leave. If you go back up there a second time, you won't come back down. 31. You may only leave at exactly 12:03 a.m. if you stay past. Number 5. You have chosen to stay again. 32. When you leave, say goodbye to everyone you see. Exit the house and close the door behind you. Do not look back. 33. Should you make it to your car, if the house has disappeared, drive away as fast as you can. If it's still there and you see yourself waving goodbye from the window, you must wave back and look away from the house. Drive slowly. Well, these are all of the rules.
I hope you have a really fun time and I'm so excited you decided to stay.
Come back soon.